Hello and welcome. It's me, Percita, and this is Percita's Paradox. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate you, your time, effort, and energy in finding me on this thing called YouTube. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you are an OG, you know the rules. Thank you, as always, for continuing to support this channel. So, thank you so much. I mean, you guys have been like showing up and showing out on my last few videos, and I greatly appreciate you. The shares have been amazing. You guys are commenting. Like, I'm super excited. So thank you so much for doing that. And, all those other good kudos to you for really like making this channel thrive. I really appreciate it. I am absolutely going to do my best to keep you entertained and notified on all of the cool things we're going to do for the summer. And of course, we're still continuing our fitness challenge. So I just wanted to get the business out of the way so that we can move on with our thought for today. So today, I wanted to just really talk to you about this thing called resting. And you may say, well, what about it, Percita? What's the deal? How are you calling your rest a resting situation? Well, here's the drill. So many times in life, we get this idea that we have to kind of persevere through things and just kind of press through, and we feel a certain way, but, we're telling ourselves, we're not a quitter. We're going to go ahead and we're going to push through and make it happen. Today, I want you to ask yourself, are you really overdoing it? And when I say ask yourself, are you really overdoing it? I want you to understand that you must grasp the idea that there is a time and a place to just stop and feel. And I don't mean feel it and be just in a space of anger and just kind of sit and fester in whatever that would be. But I will say that if anger is what you're festering in, allow yourself that opportunity. And let me tell you why. Everything in life has to actually evolve out of itself. So to push or to exceed the idea of allowing processes to really manifest the way that they naturally do will really cause you a lot of strife over the long run. Right? So how many times have you felt tired and you just said to yourself, I don't have any time to be tired. I have to get up. I have to do this. I have to achieve this goal. I have to create this purpose. Whatever you have to do. Again, I'm absolutely the type of person who will tell you wholeheartedly that I am about that life and I'm going to push through until I get something done. But here's what I've learned. Okay? I've learned that there comes a time where you really need to stop and actually feel. Your emotions are real. They're fleeting, meaning they will change. But what you're feeling in the moment is a real feeling. It is a real thing. So you want to actually stop and be able to ask yourself, one, what you're feeling, two, why you're feeling it, and three, if you're in a space to really move past it, or is it something that you really need to stop and actually assess? Now, I'm saying that because resting is not something that naturally comes for people. Well, for 80% of the people of the world, it does not. Now, there is a lazy population, and I'm talking to you, if that is you, that simply just lets things fall where they may, and they think that that means that they just kind of are neutral and they don't really take any responsibility about anything. I call you indifferent. And the indifferent person is very interesting because they take no accountability or responsibility for anything, yet they usually expect people to read their minds. And if that's you, then this is going to hurt and hit a little bit harder than it should. But if you're the type of person that really tries to do everything that you can do at all times, and you try to really hit all of the thresholds of life that you need to do, and you're not really procrastinating, and you're really moving through life in a manner that you understand that time is valuable, then you have to know that even in that, you have to find room for you to rest. Even if you feel as if you may slow something down, right? You must understand that rest is crucially important for your successes, no matter how you flip it. Even if we're doing something like cooking, right? I mean, if you're a cooker on any sort, and if you cook any type of protein, any type of meat, you would know that for the most part, everything has to rest after it cooks. You don't really want to just serve it straight out the pan. There's a reason for that, right? And the reason is that you want the flavors to actually marinate within the meat. You want it to cool down so that your taste buds and your palate can actually enjoy whatever cuisine you're making. Life is the exact same way. You must understand that you want to do that exact same thing when it comes to the moves and the decisions that you make. So again, if you're feeling something, you want to take the time to actually feel it. If you do that, then you can really assess if you need more time, if you need an outlet, meaning some type of therapy or some external person for you to actually converse with, or if you're in a position where you can actually just reassess and change the trajectory of whatever it's happening, or whatever is happening, I should say, in your situation at the time. Now, again, we talk a lot about self-care. We talk a lot about this idea of soft life. We talk a lot about this idea of luxury. These are all things that you must understand that if you have not worked for them, if you have not built the type of foundation it is required for you to have these things, then I'm going to stop you right here and say, you're not resting to get to those things automatically. You're resting in the process of trying to achieve those things. If you have not done the work to achieve those things, then I'm not speaking to you. That would be falling under the lazy part. You kind of catch where I'm going with that? Because there's a lot of people who just really determine that they should have it because they should have it. That's on you. I'm not ever going to knock whatever your thought pattern is, but I'm just going to tell you there's always going to be some sense of payment in life that you have to make. And that may be towards something that you actually want to do. Meaning, if you don't have a job, a soft life is not in reach. You cannot argue this point if you just feel like you deserve it. That won't work. You can. Let me take that back. You can't argue the point, but you must understand that there won't be anyone willing to listen to you because everyone is working. Everyone is trying to achieve something. Everyone has an effort and a process that they're going through to achieve their goals. So if you're not doing the work, then you should not expect any outcome. If you are that person, I'm going to absolutely suggest that you stop this video and go back and assess from the very first video that I've ever made and kind of ride through all of my videos to understand it's just not going to happen. If you are the person, as I continuously communicate with, that has done the work and you're really, really overwhelmed with the idea of life and you're not resting, you're the person that I'm speaking to today, then I'm asking you to take the time to just stop. To understand that I promise you to take a day or two to gather your thoughts, especially when you're already feeling overwhelmed, especially when you're already in a place where you feel as if things are just taking over, right? You're just mentally feeling tired, you're physically tired. I want you to rest, and I want you to feel fine about resting instead of beating yourself up. I want you to understand that it is okay to stop and assess and to take care of yourself, because that's truly self-care. I want you to be clear, and self-care is not tangible things. It is not something you do. It is something you live. It is not an external thing. It is an internal thing. It is a mental thing. So when you say that you're about the self-care life, understand that if you're talking about going on trips or eating nice food or going to the spa, that is not what self-care is. Those are attributes. Those are components of the mentality of taking care of yourself that externally will then warrant you to do those types of things. Hopefully that made sense. So today, again, I'm not going to hold you. I just want you to rest. I want you to take the time to actually rest, especially if you're doing the work, especially if you're feeling feelings. Take the time to rest. Take the time to figure out all the things that I said. What you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and what can you do to make it better. You have to use those W's. You want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do because it is crucial for your true self-care. As always, I'm just going to say thank you so much for joining me. If you have been with me this far in this video, then please be so kind as to like, share, and comment. Subscribe if you do see fit to do so. Hit the notification button if you have subscribed and you have not hit the notification button. And please be so kind to also follow me on my other platforms of TikTok and Instagram. I'll insert that info right here. And as always, I'm going to absolutely tell you thank you so much for joining me. But before you can do those three, I took that back, messed up. Before you can do the things that I asked you to do, I need you to do three things. And those three things are: live life authentic. As always, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.